Designing PowerPoint, the Multimedia Principle. These slides draw heavily on the work of Clark and Mayer's book, E-Learning and the Science of Instruction. According to Ruth Clark and Richard Mayer in their book, E-Learning and the Science of Instruction, the Multimedia Principle states, people learn better from words and pictures than from pictures alone. Clark and Mayer use the term multimedia to refer to any representation that includes words and graphics. I use this definition as well. Words can be either spoken or written or both. Images are graphic representations, photos, charts, or animations. So why is the multimedia principle important for someone developing a PowerPoint presentation? When learners mentally connect words and pictures, evidence shows that they learn more deeply, and this meaningful learning is more likely to support understanding. If at all possible, use images that explain or interpret your text. For instance, use organizational images that somehow organize the information, such as a table or matrix. This table is from Graphics for Learning by Ruth Colvin Clark and Chipeta Lyons. It would be considered an organizational graphic. Or use images that show relations among two or more variables, such as charts and graphs. These images support learning. Transformational images help the learner understand the information, like animations that show how something is executed. For instance, an animation that shows the process of an engine combustion is transformational. And an example of a transformational image would be continuous pictures that show how a caterpillar transforms into a butterfly. Interpretive images and animations are used to help learners understand what they can't see, like how a virus moves throughout the body in the bloodstream. The objective is to try and provide images that explain or interpret your lesson. We do not learn from acquisition of information, we learn from knowledge construction. Therefore, the role of the facilitator is to guide the learning, not just dispense it. A representational image is an image that portrays a single element. For instance, if I mentioned compass in the script and included a photo of a compass, then this image would be representational. These type of images can be used for motivational or ambiance, for concepts or representations whenever relational, organizational, interpretive, or transformational images are not functional for the slide. Since I mostly teach concepts, I use mostly representational images. Although this use of images is not ideal like explanatory images, representative images are a better choice than a slide filled with text. Unless they get in the way of learning, interesting images, such as representational images, can be motivating for the student to move through the slides. Studies show that motivation is the key to learning. Interesting content may cause interest and motivation to learn. However, you should minimize or even avoid pictures that are for decorative use only. Although it is common for developers to add cute photos to their presentations, studies show that these images distract the learner because they have no direct relation to the text. What about a cartoon? Most people like cartoons. A cartoon may entice the participant to watch your slides, but be careful here. If the student is reading the cartoon, they aren't listening to you. Also, do you want the learner to remember what you said or remember the cartoon? That answer is only yes if the cartoon is the message. Unless you build your slides taking in consideration on how people learn, you may do more harm than good. Be careful not to overcrowd the page. A busy page causes cognitive overload. As you can see, how you design your PowerPoint slides is an important part of the learning process. Whenever possible, try and use images that explain or interpret your text. If you must use motivational or representational images, Be sure that they do not distract the learner and cause cognitive overload.